Good morning and welcome back to the Knitspinfibre podcast. Today is the 2nd of October and it is the first day of release of the West Knits camp, which is later on this afternoon in the UK. I think it's about 4 o'clock here. And if you hear people, I'm in the front room and the kids are actually going down to school because it is 20 to 9. So yeah, so children are going to school. And my daughter's asleep, so I'm down here. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Knitspinfibre, but I do have a new channel which I'll explain later on. So there'll be no sewing crochetage on the channel no more because I've changed it. So we are. There would have been more finishes, but my daughter come and she taught baby stuff. So I have one finish, and one of them is a finish, but I've actually got to sew it in, and that is annoying me. I've actually got to take a bit out and then sew up, but it's a finish. So okay, this is my first finish, which I'll show, which is the only one I have with me. Yes, it is. It is a Peter Pan pattern, and it's the P946. I don't know if you can buy this still. It's one I found. I found this on our local car boot. So I did this jacket, and it has a hood and with a pom-pom. And I used some DK weight from Home Bargains in the UK, and because she wanted a soft pink and she liked this one. So that is the cardigan. I did the 2 to 3, yeah. And it looks like it's slightly out, but it's actually not. It's just how it's sitting. Yeah. And it has quite a long hood. And it has a turn back collar, but I did sew this bit down at the top so it doesn't keep tipping onto her head. And it has a pom-pom on the end. So that is my finish. The only finish I can show. So my other ones are whips. One I can't show because it is a test knit, it's a secret one. But I do have the other test knit, which I brought down. I'm sure I brought it out. I did. So our lovely Sandra, who we test knit for, has brought out a. Let me find some black paper. So this is the Spring Blossom baby hat, but this is like part 2, so she's gone down for small sizes. So I just grabbed some scrap, and it's coming out quite bright, which is a peach, which is Starcraft Special DK. I am doing the newborn, and you can hear my terrapin. He's jumping in and out of his tank. So I started it this morning. I've done the first repeat. I've got one more repeat to do, and then it's whatever shaping it is. And this is done using a US for a 3.35, and these are my Chalku needles I'm doing it on. I've already took it out once because I'd actually missed one of the yarn overs, and I was counting it and I'm like, no, you need to have an extra stitch. And yeah, I'd missed one. So that is my test knit, which I'd like to get this done today. Because I have another test knit coming tomorrow, which is a baby cardigan, just a simple plain baby cardigan. So that is my finish. The other one that is I'm classing as a finish, and I don't know what the yarn is. I'll have to find it because I can't pronounce the name because it is not it's not one I can pronounce because it's not in English, but it's a little bit big. So but it might fit. I need to check how you finish it, but it might be literally the right size. And I'm doing a twisted headband in single brioche stitch, and the yarn is a merino, 100% merino. So I do need to check how it finishes and if that is wide enough, because I'm not quite sure how to finish it. So I haven't, and I still have this left. The only thing I don't like about this yarn, it's very splitty, and I found a lot of breaks. So there's one just starting there, and I had to actually put that one, I had to splice it, and I've had to do it. So this was travel knitting, and it was a pain in the backside. So yeah, so I do need to check on what I do to finish this, so that it can be worn for the autumn when it gets cold. Because at the moment it's dry out, but the evenings are starting to get colder. So it's living in that bag. My other travel knitting. So this bag, I have some yarn I bought. I did an unboxing the other day. This is the bag that came with one of the. It came with this yarn. So it was from the Fibre company. Is it the Fibre company? Yeah, from the Fibre company. So this is perfect for travel knitting. So I am knitting a scarf for my son-in-law, and I'm using some scrap yarn. I think it's on 5mm needles. It's either 5s or 5.5s, and it is a moss stitch rib scarf, and I added an extra 6 stitches on the end. I think it's 6 stitches because it wasn't quite wide enough, and this is like a nice one, and it's just going to be till I run out of yarn. So this is a wool blend, and I think it's a Hayfield Arrowroot wool. I'm sure it's the Hayfield Arrowroot wool. So, and I don't know what colourway it is. And I have this, I have more upstairs. And it says 60 inches, and we'll see if it's long enough. I'll try it on my husband, because my son-in-law is a tall man. And I want it, I'm just going to finish this yarn and see how much I've got. So I've done that much. And it just gets knit when I travel. It doesn't get knit at home at all. And I'm using some, these are my Knit Pro Symphony Woods. So perfect travel knitting. So that just lives. It's sometimes it gets left in the car. Yeah. Well, when that doesn't get knit on. Okay. And I think I've missed one. I might have to get one. I've missed one, and I need to remember where I put it. I might have put it upstairs. Okay, I shall show you what I've got here. First of all, some socks. I started some Christmas socks last year. I tried them on. They weren't very comfortable, so I ripped them out. So do I have my yarn bands? And I don't have yarn bands again. Need to find the yarn bands for this one. So let's check if actually I'm going warm. The blue is Bubblegum by Wet Yorkshire Spinners. I can't remember what this one is. I'm hoping I saved it. Check on Ravelry quick. Go in projects. If not, I'll have to find it. Socks. I don't have it saved. Okay, so I will find out what this one is for the next video. But this just lives up in the bedroom, so I knit on this as and when I'm doing it. But I don't think it's King Cole Zigzag. I'm sure it's not. But I do know this is West Yorkshire Spinners Bubblegum. So I just ripped them out, and then I made this part too long, way too long, and so I've actually done, I think it might be 22 repeats, and then I've come back down onto, I'm doing, can't remember, I think I might still be doing increases, so decreases, so that is my only sock. But at the moment it's been put on hold. So that is living in that sock bag that I made. That's one sock. The other sock I've taken out, I'm not happy with how it's knitting. It's a DK weight one, so I ripped it out. And I was like, I'm not happy with it. I'm not gonna use it. My iPad is updating, which is annoying. Okay, so I'll go through knitting first. So this I've been worked. This one has my anthology shawl in there. Why it's got that in? That is for my other cow, which I've actually pulled back out. And that's what that is. Okay, I'll show that first. So last year was the Twist and Turns cow. I undone some of it back down to the first section. And it was originally going to be on a deep pink, which I did not like. So I actually pulled out some truly wool rich, which is 75% merino, 25% nylon. And it's all done in this yarn. So this one is I think it's the rose pink. So it's going to be done in that. So I am on this one, and what I did was to stop these from curling. I've actually put markers in because they were driving up the wall. So we are back to here, and I like this, but I did not want to take it out because it does so much work, such a lot of work. So yeah, and then I've actually picked up the stitches. I am doing wedge 1, and then this will go in with this. It looks a lot brighter on here, but it's a slightly softer colour. It's like a grey pink. So yes, that is what I am doing for this one, because I'd like to get this done. I won't be doing the last section where it's like the bit on the end. I don't like that. And there's a few variations. I've seen a couple. I've seen one where she's done a cable one going round, and then I'd seen another one. So we shall see. And then the blue, the other one's cream. This one is called denim. So it's like a blue mix. So that is my cow. And it's living in my eel bag. Living in that for now, but it might have to go into something a bit bigger. We shall see. What am I doing? I'll show. The knit along one I'm going to do last. So this one here is my start of my blanket. So I'm doing a memory blanket. So I've started that. I do need to actually carry on. I don't know how big it's going to be. It's going to be as big as it is, and I'm just using scrap yarns. But for Christmas, me and my friend are doing an advent to each other for the yarns for this. So I've actually seen her. She's had her Christmas present already with the yarn for her main Christmas present, and then her advent as well. So, and then I've got mine upstairs. So that's how much I've done. And I think I'm doing it. I don't even know what size needles I'm doing it on. I'll have to check. I think there might be a 3. So I have one already here. But I do need to check what size needles I'm using for it. But it's living in that bag. But I might swap it into something else. Because it's going to... But this bag doesn't really get used for much else. Because it is like a sweater size bag. So that is that one. My blanket I'm doing, this is it's called Hugs and Kisses blanket by, who's it by? And I ripped it out because I've made, balls up on it. So this is by Candy Creations, and I'm using Iron Weight. So I'm using some sage green, some white as my main, cream, and I wound it back up because I had to rip it out. It's like a greeny grey colour, and it's living in this bag, this knitting bag. It's quite big, and I'd done about halfway, and I realised, and I was like, because you're starting at the bottom, it's going out, and then once it gets to the size you want, it goes in, and it was not right on one side. And I realised I'd missed about 6 yarn overs on one side, so I had to take it all the way down to about here. So I was a bit like so annoyed. So I've actually picked it back up and started it again. So I'm actually making sure when I change colours, make sure you keep doing your yarn overs, and it was on this side. So this side wasn't increasing, but this side was. So that's how much I've done on that, and it's using 5mm needles. I'm not quite sure how big I'm going to make it. We shall see. I do need the white. I do need to pick up some more because it is some of the Robin Bonnie Baby Aran. But I'm not quite. If I have any other Aran white, I'll just use that. Because where I normally get it from, they're not in there, and the sun is like hitting. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to put the blind down. I'm back. The sun was literally blinding me in the face, and then you won't be able to see anything. So I have one more. Do I have one more? I do. And it says knitting, but oh no, yes, I do have one more. One of them is, which I've nearly finished, is a baby cardigan, and it is a Cedar 3949. I am doing that for my newest grandson, who's due anytime. Right, so I have made this sleeves, it's very, very slightly long, and the body is slightly longer. I am on the, so I've done that much. I'm on the rib. The rib is, it's like a moss stitch. So I've done the sleeves, and the body's all done. But the yarn is, the white is just plain white. This is not a British yarn. This is one I got when I was in Cyprus. So it's called Bravo. It's the Bravo Bead. I do know it's a DK weight. So when I go there now, I know, because they don't on their brands, on their yarn brands, they don't put down if it's 4-ply, DK, whatever. I wish they would. It's so much easier. They just put down what needle it is. So yeah. So I've still got it on my Yarn Genie, which is here. So that's the white, is just some white from Home Bargains, and this is the other colour. So I do have enough to get the hat, booties and mittens out of the loaf. And my Yarn Genie is sitting there. So I do need to actually get that done. And then I'm going to I might put blue buttons on. I shall see what buttons look good when I'm done, because all the edging's all done in white. I need to leave that there. So that's done on, the edging is done on 3.25, 3¼ mil. So my husband made me some little baby needles for doing that edgings. Right, the other knitting pattern is a knitting machine pattern. So I was given a knitting machine about a month ago, and I bought a ribber for it. So what I am doing, I'm altering the lace pattern. I am doing this cardigan on the front, and because the lace pattern is one of the brother lace patterns which I don't have, so I actually made my own. I am using just some 4-ply acrylic yarn. I'm doing it 3 to 6 months size. Move that. So the edging looks like that. And then it's like a, I can't see very well. Yeah, so it's just like a little edging So I don't know if I'm going to have it on the sleeves. No, the sleeves are plain, so I'm going to actually need to get the fronts done and do it that way. Oh, my phone is now telling me it's got no storage. You know something, it's driving me up the wall. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that. It was moaning at me. And the last time I did that, it just deleted everything. So I've actually made sure I turned it off. So yeah. So I do need to actually finish the fronts. The only other knitting I've got is I am doing a baby knit long for a cardigan. And the yarn is the same brand as the other Turkish yarn. So it's not worth showing it because it's just the same brand but in a different colour. So I'm doing it in like a bluey grey. And I've got a little tiny bit more left to do on the back. But what I did one video of showing the bottom bit. I am going to delete that and I've saved the video and I'm going to put it all together and do the whole back as one video. So the pattern is Cedar 1782 and I will link this. You can get this on the Hobbycraft website if you want to follow me along. This particular one I'm doing it on circular needles, continental style, and I'm going to do all this video first, and then when this one's done I shall go over to English style on straight needles. So I'm using US Freeze, which is 3.25, US 6, which is a 4mm. So I've got about, I can't remember how much I've done, check. I've got to do 12 centimetres. Hopefully my split starts. I've done 10, but I'm not counting when I do the centimetre. I'm doing it from what that marker up. I'm not adding this bit because it'll fit me a little bit longer. So if I'm doing baby stuff, I never count the cuffs or the welts or anything. Okay, crochet. I have 2 patterns. First one is actually on my iPad. I'll show you a photo. It is I do need to take a photograph of just the pattern, just because it's easier. It's called the Let's Go Party Bolero Shrug by Kerry Jane Designs. I am doing this pattern. It's for my granddaughter. Don't need that. So I just poured out some acrylic white. So this is some whites we get from the UK here in Haybox. It's really soft, it's lovely. And I haven't done many crochet garments and I thought I would try this. So I did, this took me a day. So I did the body. I just need to actually look at the pattern and do the edging. I'm going to do this one short sleeved and then I'm going to make her another one in another colour and do long sleeve. So she'll have one of both. This is the 1 to 2. I think it's 1 to 2. So yeah, so it's a nice, coming out lovely. So I'm really pleased. So I put markers in for this is the markers, these are for where the edging goes. So that is the first one. And I shall move that. I'll move my headphones because they're getting on my nerves. The other blanket I'm doing, which is crochet. This is for my daughter, my youngest daughter. She wanted a blanket for herself. So this is the Sweet Dreams blanket. And it's still saying, if it mucks around, I'll turn it off and I'll go and have a look to see what it's doing. So this is the blanket I'm doing for my daughter. And I'm using the kit comes with Emu DK. I added an extra 10 stitches on it. So, but that's how much I've done. Took me a few minutes to figure out this part, but it's really easy to do. It's like a very simple basic pattern. So that's her blanket. It's quite big. I just wanted it. And the edging, I'm not doing the edging on that because it's just striped. and I want to use as much as this can to actually get out as much of the yarn, and then I'll just do a simple pattern at the end. Okay. That's my knitting and crochet. So I picked up some yarn for, this is acquisitions. This is for my youngest grandson. Our Aldi in the UK had some yarn on offer, and it is 75% wool, 25%, no, 75% acrylic, 25% wool. So I bought some dusky blue Aran. I've got 4 balls, so I'm going to make him something in this, but it won't be for till next year. So I'm not doing that yet, but I want to do a proper Aran jumper or cardigan jacket. My other yarn, which I shall show again, is from the wool company. So this is 60% merino wool, 20% alpaca, 19% silk, 1% cotton. That is the first colour. There's no names. I don't know if there's any names on the website. I didn't look. So it was supposed to have been for some felting, but it's not. It would never felt because it's got cotton in it. So they are my colours. So they are going to be used for something else. And these are DK weight, so I was quite pleased with that. My MK I'm not going to show. I'm going to do a separate video. So then my other one is my knit in a box. This is for knitinabox.co.uk, and this is the baby boy box. So this is the May 2023 baby boy box. They do a sale section. This is the buttercup box. So I picked up that pattern, my youngest grandson. I am doing the 12 to 18 month size. And the main colour is white, and it uses Cedar Snuggly DK, so it's white. And then the other colours are soft brown and buttercup. And it's still telling me, hopefully it's behaving. So it's still recording, so we'll just carry on. And I'm going to have an argument with it when I'm done. And then the only thing was, I was gifted some money, so I went and bought my Xiaogu interchangeable needles. These are the 4-inch, and I just went and bought the short set because I won't use the full. If I want any more of the needles, I'll buy some. So, but I already have some 3.5, and I already had the 3s. So, and the only thing that's annoying is they don't give you a space to put the 3mm, but so the 3mm have to go here because they didn't put it in. I don't understand why. Because if you buy the full set, you get the 3s, but there's nowhere to stick it. Please put a space in for the other needle you need, because it would help. And then I was looking for my work phone. I found it in my bag. So this bag I use, if I go anywhere, I carry my knitting in this. It's perfect. This is a calf kitten bag, but it's also a backpack. So all the straps are in the middle. And so if I go anywhere, my knitting goes in here. And then I have the accessory bag with the other bits I bought from Xiaogu as well. I shall leave that out because Antoine normally video on. So, but yes, the knit along, I'm going to finish the back to the underneath the arms and then do the video for the shaping, but I shall put it all together on one video and then delete the other one. But I'm going to for the end count, because it starts today, I'm going to do it as my vlog, which I won't start at till later on, but I want to try and get as much as this baby hat done as I can today, because I want it finished. So, because I've got the other test tomorrow. And then the other one I'm doing for my sewing cross stitch, I think, I have a new channel which I'll link below, and it's called Kim's Stitchy Corner, and that's on YouTube and Instagram. So I shall link that below, and there's already 2 videos up. 2 videos. There is. My terrapin is like up there being noisy. I should drink some of my tea. My tea is in my, if I'm knitting, sitting, I'm knitting cup. I'm drinking some breakfast tea. So for now, I'm going to go. I'm going to put something on the TV or whatever, and then have some breakfast and try and get this test knit finished, because I would like to get that done. And I shall go, and I shall speak to you soon. But if anybody got any questions or anything, please let me know, and I shall message you, and I'll speak to you later. See you later. Bye. Hi, welcome back to the Knitspinfibre podcast. I do need to apologise. I actually said the MCAL was coming out today. It's not. It's coming out on Thursday, which is the 5th of October. Yes, I was actually looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the bit where it said what day the kits came out. So yes, and I'm banging my arm. So I do apologise about that. So I should add this to the end of the video I am doing. So just to make sure no one gets anxious or upset. But yes, I got the day wrong. So yes, sometime on Thursday to be out. But today I am going to try and get this finished. This I want test it. I want done, and then get this up to the shaping of the arms, and I can do the next video, which will most probably come out tomorrow, or maybe later. We'll see. But for now, I shall let you all go, and I shall speak to you soon. See you later.